this is functions of the family, and I'm going to be doing functionalism for this video. A recap of functionalism. So they emphasize harmony and integration between different parts of society, or different parts of society working together to help maintain society. The family is a vital organ for maintaining the body, and there are 4 functions of the family. There is primary socialization, economic needs, reproduction, and sexual. And this was proposed by Murdoch. So Murdoch's 4 essential functions: sexual, expressing sexuality in a socially approved context. This also implies social disapproval, homosexuality, adultery, incest, etc. Reproduction, stability for producing and rearing children. Socialization, important unit for primary socialization, where children learn socially accepted forms of behaviour and the culture of their society. This helps to build a stable society through value consensus. The next one is economic, and this means that the family provides food and shelter. However, to evaluate this, you can ask, can't other institutions perform these functions? Communes and other institutions can provide economic security. Women can use sperm donors for reproduction, and prostitutes can be used for sex. Murdoch studied 250 societies. So Murdoch did a study on 250 societies, and he found that these functions are necessary in any society, and that the nuclear family exists in every society. It is universal and inevitable. It exists to carry out these functions. Parsons. So Parsons has this functional fit theory. He believes that families play different functions depending on what society they're in. So depending on functions, distinguish between 2 family structures. The nuclear family, which is the modern industrial society, which is in the modern industrial society. The extended family, which is in the pre-industrial society. Industrial society has 2 essential needs: a geographically mobile workforce and a socially mobile workforce. The geographically mobile workforce. In traditional pre-industrial society, people often spent their whole lives on a farm or a village, like the same village or the farm. But in modern industrial society, this contrasts in that industries are constantly springing up and declining. And because they start to appear all over Britain, the workforce needs to relocate and spread out nationally. The nuclear family allows this, but the extended family wouldn't be able to do so. A socially mobile workforce. Evolving technology needs skilled workers. Most talented should be promoted. People become more socially mobile. Pre-industrial society ascribes status. The father was the head of the household. But in modern industrial society, meritocratic status. So the son works for status. This, if the family is nuclear instead of extended, there'll be less tension at home. Structurally isolated, so no obligation to extended family. Parsons believes that there's been a loss of functions. Parsons argues that the families lost their functions outlined by Murdoch in the Industrial Revolution. In pre-industrial unit, there were the unit of consumption and production, and they met individual and social needs. But modern, the unit of consumption only. Pre-industrial was a self-sufficient unit providing for its members health and welfare. Now families only just have 2 irreducible functions. These 2 functions are primary socialization of children and the stabilization of adult personalities. So in terms of primary socialization of children, it is to equip them with basic skills and society's values to enable them to cooperate with others and begin to integrate them into society. The stabilization of adult personalities. The family is a place where adults can relax and release tensions, enabling them to return to the workplace refreshed and ready to meet its demands. This is functional for the efficiency of the economy. Now, strengths of this approach. So, this approach shows how part of a society can work at different levels, both fulfilling the needs of each individual and meeting the needs of the whole society at the same time. It provides a very positive view of society. Functionalists show that each parts of society are interrelated, each contributing to the well-being as a whole. This approach stresses the importance of the family as the basic unit of society and values which are universal in society. Weaknesses. This approach is way too harmonious. It suggests that the family life is always happy and good. It therefore tends to ignore the conflict and exploitation stressed by Marxists. By stressing the idea that the nuclear family is universal, this approach ignores the other types of households and seems to assume that they are inadequate. It doesn't consider the way that functions may be performed by other institutions rather than just the family. And feminists are very critical of this approach because gender roles change. You should know the warm bath theory, and this links earlier into the stabilization of adult personalities. So basically, it's like the family stabilizes them and makes them feel emotionally relieved and less stressed from work.